Hi, everybody, and thanks for being here with us and joining us for another edition of Your News Today. It is Wednesday. It's the 14th day of October this month, nearly half gone. 10 Fridays until Christmas, is that correct? Yeah. Think about that for a while. Headlines tonight include the recovery of a stolen motorcycle that's already resulted in one arrest. Others are pending, says local authorities. And I got to see what some wonderfully big-hearted people at the local Masonic Lodge were doing today. We'll take you to that story as well. And annexation, more often than not, it's not a popular thing for those to be included, and that was the condition and situation last night with the Paintsville City Council, as several residents expressed their frustration and disapproval of the proposed annexation, which appears to be getting closer to possibly at least becoming a reality. We'll take you to a portion of that meeting, a whole lot of other news and information to bring you before I leave you, and I'll be leaving you with a forecast that's gotten even a degree or two colder since I saw you last. Just in the last update, I have said last night, that we'll struggle to see 55 degrees this Saturday. And now we're going to struggle to see 53 degrees for daytime highs and still frost on a couple of different occasions. We'll rebound to the mid-60s, maybe even upper, but it's going to be a cold one to go over the course of your weekend. There's a recall out for a Dole salad. It is a spinach salad that's been recalled, and there are several states, well more than a dozen: Kentucky, Michigan, Missouri, New York, Ohio, and Tennessee also in that mixture, pardon the pun. But it is a fresh vegetable recall issued by the Dole Company. It has an enjoy date of October the 15th, so it's getting close to being expired one way or the other. The company says that if you have anything with that date on it, an enjoy date by October the 15th, to go ahead and throw it away. They haven't had any reports of any illnesses or anything associated with it in that manner, but they are wanting to take all precautions, and they have issued a recall for that product in all of those affected states, once again including Kentucky, Ohio, and Tennessee. Dole salad spinach with the enjoy date of October the 15th, which is tomorrow's date. And as our friends at the University of Pikeville mark their 126th year, students, alumni, and friends are asked to join them on the Hill for Homecoming Week, the 24th through the 31st. Events begin Saturday on the 24th at 8 o'clock with a Zombie 5K walk on the main campus, an alumni baseball game at 9 o'clock that morning. The volleyball team is hosting West Virginia Tech at 11, Midway College at 3. The Criminal Justice Department and Spiritual Life Office are hosting Witness to Innocence with Kirk Bloodsworth. That is Monday at 7 o'clock. He was the first American ever exonerated from death row due to DNA evidence. How intriguing and interesting would that be? The men's basketball team is taking on Central Pennsylvania at 7 that evening. At the Expo, a special chapel service led by U Pike Alumni Association President Tommy Chamberlain is going to be held on Tuesday morning at 11. Homecoming activities are on Saturday. They begin with a series of academic lectures and networking forums held across the campus. The Weber Art Gallery is hosting a diversity art show featuring the works of U Pike freshmen. An action-packed Saturday will continue as the Bears take the field against Union College. The list indeed goes on. It is homecoming week starting the 24th at the University of Pikeville. And if maybe you just are a young person considering going to U Pike, well, it'll be a wonderful time to find out more about them. Of course, they'll be crowning their homecoming king and queen during halftime of the football game, and the list does indeed go on. A whole lot of things they do have planned. A stolen motorcycle has been recovered. It was stolen literally during business hours. A young man from Montgomery County described to the Paintsville Police Department, who obtained an arrest warrant in his name thereafter, was said to have entered the store, chatted up some personnel, and then hopped on a dirt bike and fled off. The location yet to be determined until now, after it was discovered at a Montgomery County residence this week by the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department. Back in July, this is the motorcycle that was stolen during the daytime, as I said, during operating hours at the Honda of Prestonsburg Cycle and ATV shop. The Paintsville Police Department was contacted, and they had a description of the individual, and a subsequent investigation by Prestonsburg authorities resulted in the identity of one suspect named. Now, that name came back to a Magoffin County man. Magoffin County authorities were notified. We even ran a wanted announcement in regards to the search for that individual on behalf of the Magoffin County Sheriff's Department and the Paintsville Police Department for quite some time, looking for a Terry Neal Porter, who was, according to authorities, believed to be the man who walked in and then rode off on the motorcycle worth several $1,000s. Magoffin County Sheriff's Deputy Neil Adams says that about 3 weeks ago he was able to execute that arrest warrant on behalf of the Paintsville Police Department against Terry Neal Porter, who was lodged in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center on charges related to the theft of that motorcycle. However, the motorcycle did not turn up until this week. It was recovered at a residence on Punchin in the southern part of Magoffin County. Deputy Adams tells me earlier today it was recovered at the residence of a Kendall Wireman and Sheena Spears. Adams says the motorcycle appears to be in the condition it was described to be in when it was stolen back in July. He also says that warrants are pending for other arrests pertaining to the possession of the stolen motorcycle and that the investigation is still ongoing. When we come back, annexation was a hot topic during this week's regular session of the Paintsville City Council. We'll hear what some residents and the council had to say after these messages. To get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband. We've been covering local government meetings in Johnson County as well as others here now for the past several months, and during the past few months there has been discussion of potential annexation before the mayor of Paintsville and that of the city council, and that discussion became a little intense last evening between the council and more so members of the audience who voiced their displeasure about the proposal. City Attorney Jeff Baldwin and Mayor Bob Porter described it as encompassing about 259 acres that would be annexed into the Paintsville city limits. Basically an area from Discount Auto Brokers on 23 to the intersection of 23 and Route 1428. Also, the mayor said some areas that exist between Kentucky 825 and Route 23, as well as some right-of-way parcels off of Route 1428. He also said the commercial entities along Route 1428 down to and including the India Rubber Building will be included. That also includes the church and up to and on to Route 321 and along Route 321 down to the river toward Van Leer, and that it would stop at the banks of the river and then go back into the Paintsville area across Starfire Hill along Route 321. And that would take in some commercial areas adjacent to that route. Those items, or areas I should say, mentioned specifically that will be included are Capital Tire, the Phelps & Son Funeral Home, and the Hager Hill Market. In all, it was an area referred to as a corridor by County Attorney Mike Endicott, who was in the audience for the meeting.
Sure is running a corridor or a strip following the main thoroughfare. 321 and that
Pretty
one.
much, yeah, man.
You're not incorporating the entire area in between?
No.
You're just running a corridor is all you're doing?
Yes.
Why are you doing it that way?
They're going after business.
Going after the businesses only.
Because it's commercial areas, which is desirable to the city to increase the tax base.
So you're just doing it to increase the tax base?
So what benefit is it to anybody in those areas? None.
Garbage pickup.
So, no,
We've already got garbage pickup. I mean, you got
City
small
police are
businesses,
gonna, police is
family,
gonna come around more often.
small family businesses like my business is going to suffer drastically with no advantages whatsoever, none.
none.
I mean, family-owned businesses are struggling as it is without having extra taxes added on to it. We're barely hanging on.
You can go in that office.
What?
You get your vote out, you get vote out.
Well, that don't do any good. You know what, my problem with the whole thing is every city and around us is getting, they're seeing benefits. They're They're doing better. Things are being done. Paintsville is set in steel. It is always set in steel. And that's what's going to happen from now on.
There's no advantages for us businesses that are going to get taxed.
Y'all said you please. Yeah.
I'm gonna make a motion, we approve the resolution.
Yeah, there's a motion and a second. We have a motion, do we have a second?
I make a motion, we approve the resolution.
I need a second.
I second.
We will publish the notice in the paper and notice all the property owners in the required time, which will be in the next. Second reading will be at the.
No, it wasn't published in the paper. Yeah, they're going after the fact.
Can I ask a question? If this resolution was planned to be read, was the fact that this was going to be discussed and a resolution made, was this published in the paper beforehand so that residents that were going to be affected and businesses would know?
You have several remedies.
No, I'm just asking, was there public notification?
The notice will be
No,
sent
was
to
it-
you.
No,
before
not the
this.
property owners of the second reading.
I'm just asking, the fact that this was even going to be discussed, was notice published in the paper beforehand so
So
that
none of the businesses were notified.
No.
We had to hear about it
No, that's correct.
elsewhere.
that's not the right way to do things.
No.
In secret, for people to
Okay.
hear about it
Yeah.
afterward, that's just going
Do
to
we
make.
have a second? Oh, John, second. So that concludes our business agenda. Anything from council?
As far as the exact number of businesses, employees at those businesses, and private residences that would be included in this proposed annexation, that was a question asked by Councilwoman Sarah Blair. Mayor Porter informed her they didn't have those exact numbers. However, all of those structures were indicated by maps that were present at the meeting. More headlines in just a few moments. We've got a really nice story to go out on in just a few minutes. Well, I'll be going out on a cold forecast. But before that, a really nice story to pass along to you. For now, here's tonight's community calendar. Don't forget, it's always brought to you by McGoffin Farm Bureau, and always the best and free way to let everyone know what you have planned. First, with a reminder that Grandpa Jones, portrayed by David Hurt, and the Kentucky Humanities Council will be at the McGoffin County Health Department this Saturday, as will Colonel Harlan Sanders. That's right. Also being portrayed by a member of the Kentucky Humanities Council. David Howe will portray Colonel Sanders and display how he was just more than just fried chicken. It's a Kentucky Chautauqua series that starts at 6 o'clock with Colonel Sanders and 7:30 with Grandpa Jones. Free admission, all brought to you by your McGoffin County Civil War Reenactment Committee. I do have a birthday tonight that I've got to pass along. A happy 44th birthday to Gwen McKenzie, love, family, friends, husband, and son. Happy birthday to you, Gwen. This just in, a pink ribbon luncheon. That's right, for our ambassadors of breast cancer. This is going to be this Friday, noon till 1. Registration will be at 11:30, a half hour prior, at the McGoffin County Extension Office. A free lunch with free information about services and other things of that nature. Also, representatives of the Kentucky Cancer Program and Highlands Regional Medical Center Cancer Center will be there to speak, as will a survivor of breast cancer. That is this Friday, noon to 1 at the Health Department. Don't forget about the Healthy Holiday Cooking Series, a free cooking series brought to you by the brought to you by the McGoffin County Extension Office at 2 locations. Tuesdays between now and the 10th of November at Licking River Baptist Church, 5:30, and Wednesdays at the McGoffin County Extension Office at noon. It's the same class, same series, just 2 different locations and 2 different times to make sure you get a chance to go to one of them. The McGoffin County Senior Citizens has changed their commodity day this week due to some training they have to be a part of tomorrow. So commodities will be distributed this Friday, same time as usual, but just different day. Special services are coming up at the... I don't have that on there. Well, I just realized, at the Sagersville Free Will Baptist Church with Pastor Floyd Arnott, inviting you to special services with Todd Masters Friday and Saturday evening at 7. Homecoming and Family and Friendship Day will be Sunday at 11 with dinner to follow. Don't forget about the big free Christian concert this Saturday at the Mountain of Hope Christian Camp on Burning Fork Road from noon till 6. They'll have signs, can't miss it, featuring Southern Gospel, bluegrass, and contemporary Christian music. Bring a chair, bring yourself, bring anyone you can, and come and enjoy some great gospel music and fellowship. And every church within an earshot of this, you're invited to come as well. Call 496-5415 if you have any questions. And from the Bradley Free Will Baptist Church, they have their homecoming old-fashioned day set for this Sunday with dinner to follow services. Come and join them at the Bradley Free Will Baptist Church for homecoming and old-fashioned day this Sunday. And once again, join our community calendar for birthdays, anniversaries, and more by mailing, phone, faxing, Facebooking, emailing, any way you can get it to us. And that includes dropping it off here at the studio on East Maple Street in Sagersville. And remember, you can catch the show in case you missed it the first time or want to see it again at yournewstoday.com. Turning to funeral service announcements brought to you by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Services for 77-year-old Don Bailey of Parkway Drive in Sagersville are to be held tomorrow morning at 11. He was preceded in death by his first wife, Patricia Sue Johnson, and he, of course, is survived by Avenel Bailey. He's also survived by sons Samuel Thomas, Christopher Dawn, and Carrie Ryan Bailey, and a daughter, Lazaree Dawn Hall. Visitation continues this evening and prior to services, all from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Burial will follow after at the Warney Bailey Cemetery at Bee Tree, once again in honor of Don Bailey, 77, of Sagersville. 78-year-old Fonzie Howard, former McGoffin County Constable and a resident of Buffalo Creek Road, passed away on the 12th. He's survived by sons Tommy, Ronnie Jean, Fonzie Dwayne, and Matthew Scott, and daughters Stephanie Johnson, Tracy Michelle Howard, and Sherry Lynn Henson. Visitation is this evening, all day tomorrow, and prior to services, Friday at 1, all from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. And I have received notice of the passing of 70-year-old Alice Faye LeMaster Stambo of Paintsville, who passed away on yesterday. She survived by 3 daughters. Services have been set for this Friday at 1 at the Mountain Community Fellowship Church. The Preston Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. It's a story the likes of which you look forward to doing as a journalist or a reporter. And it was at the Sagersville Masonic Lodge this morning where I got to witness some kindness and a big-hearted gesture to some students throughout the McGoffin County school system. They don't ask for accolades or recognition, but when I learned about today's check presentation, I asked to be able to tell you about the wonderful things that our local Masonic Lodge does for the community, and especially our kids. The Lodge has been here since it started back in 1905, and with 350 members strong today, well, they practice what they preach, as the old saying goes, brothers helping brothers and their families. And today they were helping in a big way McGoffin County's elementaries, Family Resource Youth Service Centers.
All 3 Family Resource Centers here in McGoffin County are very proud of the Masonic Lodge for donating this to our schools. We're going to be buying families coats and shoes for the kids that are in need, and we couldn't be more appreciative. It's a great time of the year for that. Without people like this in our community, there's no way that we as a resource center could provide for all the students that's in our school. We have a large population in our school system that are in need, and without people like this, we couldn't do it.
Sagersville Lodge, back in summer here sometime, we had a trail ride to make up money for Coach for Kids. And we made up $1,400 on that trail ride, and then the lodge donated $500, and then one of the lodge members donated another $100. Walmart is going to donate us another $100 when we get over there. And this is very much needed in the county. We have a lot of poor families. I was raised up in a poor family, and this is going to go a long way to help those kids in our school system. And we're proud to be a sponsor of Coach for Kids. Masonic Lodge also, we sponsor a Little League team every year, and we give scholarships to a senior going to college every year. And this past year we gave $1,000 to the principal to help some needy senior that maybe go on a trip or buy a prom dress or something like that. And we're not shown out in the community very much, but we're very much interested in helping the community and being a part of the community, and that's what Masonry is all about, is brothers helping brothers, and brothers helping needy families, children especially. But we're proud to be a part of this.
And on top of that, they sponsor the Rainbow Girls and the Eastern Star and a whole lot of other things that we'll be telling you about in the future. And I have only a second to tell you about the forecast. Clear and cool. Cool sounds better than cold. 38 is what it sounds like for tonight's nighttime low. Look for some patchy fog that will also linger around into your Thursday. 67 and sunny tomorrow. We do have a 20% chance of some showers. That is super late Thursday, short-lived into your Friday, where I think we'll see mostly cloudy skies, that lingering small chance of showers up until about 9 o'clock or 10, but then mostly cloudy becoming mostly sunny by day's end. Temperatures right around 64, and then for your weekend, we're still talking about a cold one. Frost, 53 and a low of 30 on your Saturday. Similar conditions on your Sunday. I've made a bear story for the past couple of nights that I've been tracking down. I'm getting very close and hope to have something on that for you tomorrow to see. Also, the Johnson County Fiscal Court, I have that meeting to edit and bring to you, and also a major scholastic accomplishment that I am trying not to let the cat out of the bag on. We might be able to make that announcement tomorrow. Should make a whole lot of people proud, certainly some parents and members of the, and I can say McGoffin County School System. That's as far as I'm going to let it go. Except to say thank you for being part of the program. We'll see you back here tomorrow night for more of your news today. News you'll only see with me. Good night.